Yeah. Morning, everyone. My name is Anu. I'm a career coach and a management consultant. And today I'll talk to you about my experiences in career transition, both my own and of other people. So in my career, I've moved across different geographies. I've moved across different industries and roles. And I've found that sometimes I've been lucky with my choices. Other times I could have done better. And I always feel that a coach has a big role to play in, supporting you and helping you talk through some of your decisions. So let's dive into the presentation. I think what's important is to really think about where we are going next. So to talk about why do I want to change, first of all. So it could be that we want to be in a different industry which is growing fast, or it could be that we want to be in a different location. It could be that I want more travel in my role, or I want less travel, or I want a role that's more delivery oriented rather than a number oriented role. So it's important when you want a career transition to think, why do I want to really change? Because otherwise you might get the same thing back again. If you're just going to go with the flow and come up, talk to the next consultant who talks to you, then it's maybe you will land up with the same profile, because headhunters will usually go for what they can see on paper and give you what's some more of the same usually. So if you want to make a change, a serious career transition, you really need to think, what do I want? Do I want a role that's part-time? Do I want something that's more technology oriented? Do I want a role where I have more freedom of the kind of projects I work with? So for instance, in consulting, you could end up working for different clients on different projects. But if you're working for one employer, you will end up having the same kind of projects day in and day out. So it's important to know why you want to change, and to think then what keeps me engaged and happy. Because it's not just the money or just the role, it's a way of life, so you're choosing a lifestyle really. And if it doesn't keep you happy, you will be again trying to make a switch again, which will not look good on your CV, because you're moving from one thing to another without, there doesn't seem much of a plan, and there doesn't seem much consistency, and that comes across in CVs if you're just been job hopping. So it's good to put in more thought. It's good to put in a serious effort to understand what are the trends in the industry and where can I find a fit. And then when you want to say, okay, what will the change look like? So, okay, will I be doing a delivery role? I will be doing projects. I will be managing clients or not? Will I be, speaking to different profiles of clients? Will I be talking to maybe vendors? What will the change look like? So if I'm going away from a desk job to a more client focused job, then I need to visualize that, that I want to be more in front of clients. I want to be more active. I don't want to be in the back office, or perhaps I want to be in the back office and not be in such an exciting front end role. So we need to define what will this change look like for us. And then what will it take to make the change in terms of skills, competence, experience, training? Do I have the skills? Do I have the training? Do I need to do more? Which parts of my previous job I can put on my CV to show that I can do this role as well. So we really need to, and one way of understanding what it will take is to find some job descriptions, read the job descriptions. They will tell you what the role demands, and talk to people who are doing the job is the next thing. So I think sometimes we just assume things about the job. It's we need to do more than that. We need to dig deeper, find the job descriptions, find the people that sorry no sorry so we need to find the JDs. We need to find the transferable skills. So, okay, we need to document, once we found the people who can talk more about the job, we need to document all our skills and experiences, take the additional training courses that we need, and build a CV out of it and build a plan. So what's the plan? In the next 3 months, I will finish some courses. After that, I will complete updating my CV. After that, I'm going to talk, or maybe before that, I'll talk to a coach, get my, identify the gap I have between the desired state and the current state, and then build the actions around it. And then how do I pitch myself? What do I want? What's my story? I've been successful in running new projects. I've been successful in cracking new deals. I'm a high risk taker. What is the story you're going with? It could be in a different context, but you do need to have some kind of a narrative to say, why you're good for the job. And then, of course, you need to build a CV with a coach or without a coach or whatever works for you, but it should be neat, short, crisp, really talks to people. You don't want a shoddy CV, which nobody understands. It needs to be absolutely clear who you are and what are your skills right out there. And of course, LinkedIn needs to speak the same language. And then you start applying. So that's really, in a nutshell, how I would go about doing a career transition. And, of course, it's important to track the progress. Did I complete all the courses I was supposed to complete? Etc. So here's.
I have a question, please.
Yes, Anna.
What's the time you suggest to for the transition period? For example, if we want to start another career or to change to another career, shall we give ourselves, for example, 1 or 2 years to work in parallel in 2 careers until we completely transfer to the new career path?
Yeah, I would say it depends on how big the change is. So if you're going to just move to a similar role in another organization, it's not a big transition. It's more a role change. That will take a few weeks. But if you're planning to move to another industry altogether, where you can take some of your skills, you need to give a few months, I think. Or if you're going to do a very big change, then let's say you're moving to a different industry, different country, you do need to give it more than a few months. It depends on, what is the situation, how high is the demand. For some jobs, like in technology in the last few years, the demand was so high that transition didn't take time. So also depends on what's going on in the industry. If you have the skills and the demand is high, you could transition in a matter of weeks or months. And all depends if how networked are you, how connected are you to the people in that industry. You need to start building that network. And sooner you do that, you'll find a success.
Yes, I believe that we shouldn't leave our current job until our new job is making an income for us. So yeah, we have to work in parallel for a period of time until we completely are able to change to our new path, right?
Yes, and I also believe that actually sometimes, we need to find the switch within the company we are already in before we can go to another industry. So, if we find that the department within my current organization will give me a role change, then I go out, it's much faster than, if I directly try to switch without finding the bridging role within my organization.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's completely right.
Any more questions? Otherwise, I guess we can stop this for today. No? Well, okay then. Sana,
if anyone have a question?
Yeah, we can share, we can open discussion.
Mm-hmm.
In general, for me, career transition can be such a broad thing, right? It can be a promotion within your own company when you go from, I don't know, associate to a manager, or from manager to director, that's already kind of career transition. But you know, today we have so many examples of potential career transition. It can be a career break. It can be a sabbatical for 6 months, for 1 year. It can be studying bachelor, master, PhD, whatever.
Yeah.
It can be writing a book, or it can be, as you mentioned, you know, getting a new job in another company, getting a new job in another industry, getting a new job in another country. So there are so many examples and so many ways how you can go. So it's up to us to discover these things. But as you mentioned, many times we need mentors or coaches who will ask these kind of questions and who will guide us, so we come with answers by ourselves. So I really like your presentation, and I agree with you that really depends what is your goal, because sometimes it can be short-term and easy, but sometimes it takes many months or even years to accomplish what you want. So
yeah, and also having a coach takes away some of the guesswork. So if somebody has been on that path, they can share with you, you know, that what is this role like? You know, I've done this transition from operations to sales, and this is what I felt, or I went from manufacturing to services, and these were the challenges. So it's just good to know more, and you know, before you decide everything in your little corner, it's good to talk to people who already have that job and see what is their experience, because we might make a lot of assumptions. We don't realize that, oh, that's going to be very happy. I'm going to be at my desk all day. I won't be running around. But there's a lot of other pressures. There could be very high operational issues, you know, and you don't know how to deal with operational issues because you mainly done client work. So if you talk to a coach, you talk to other people, you get to know what's a day in the life of that person. I think it's good to know what's the day in the life of this profession, because you might think, lovely, it's all I'm going to be doing is just giving orders and people will listen to me and everything will be smooth. It may not be, you know, you might need to know what are the roadblocks. And I think some luck can work for us a couple of times, but sometimes it's good to know. And maybe there's something better than what you're thinking. Maybe there's another aspect to the role which you don't know, or there's a very similar role which will actually be much more, you know, suitable. It may be a bit more hybrid, it may have more technology or something. If you talk to people in the industry as coaches or experts or mentors, they can tell you more about what's going on. And well, you know, if it's let's say a role about a regulation, that regulation might be, you know, getting off the market. There may be no more need for people in that. So you have to know really some of the trends also before you say, I'm going to be this person. But that role is now, let's say, 5 years in the market and you're late. And there's no point going after that trend anymore. So yeah, it's good to be not alone in all these decision making.
And you mentioned just now hybrid or hybrid. I mean, that's as well a career transition, moving from office to full-time, let's say remote. It requires some transition because we are not used to, you know, work 5 days from our home. Majority of people, right? So it needs to be done smoothly.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of people now who won't take a full-time office role. They will only consider hybrid roles or work from home. And there's good reasons, because people want to balance personal, professional. I think the days are gone when you would travel hours to get somewhere to a workplace and lose the quality of life because you're perpetually in a train. You have got 5 days in a week, you have no view of what's happening at home. And I think blending work and home and volunteering and other interests has become so important for all of us now, that we want to do many things, not just keep going to a building to do a task. So yes, absolutely. Hybrid is very powerful. Or even there's many reasons why you might want to switch, and there's benefits of each. Well, it's been really interesting talking to you all, and hopefully we can have another session soon.
I think Dina wanted to ask something. She
absolutely.
No, it's only hi, Anu, hi everyone.
Hi.
So it's only a reflection of what you said, imagining the day of the person at a certain industry. And I really liked last week, maybe I came across a job description of some, I think a consulting company, where the way they advertised, they said like how your day will look like. So it was like really for me, I think I took a screenshot. I never saw such a job description. It's very nice, it's very humane, and let you like know your day, how it would look like, and then decide if you want to apply or not. Another resource that I would like to reflect on is called 80,000 hours. It's like research baked for careers and everything, but they put this caricature picture, which is really nice, of someone who have been dreaming to work in an ice cream factory, but when he went there, all of what was his duty is tasting the ice cream. So like they show his face like unhappy of that role. So you should not be very generic with what you like or you don't dislike. You should be more specific. Like that's what is meant by that picture. Don't be very generic about a profession. What do you want? Like, okay, you like ice cream factory, manufacturer, but what is it in that industry you like to do? So yeah, that's only two reflections that I like to share.
Yeah, no, absolutely. The more real the job can be for you, the better decisions we can all make. Yeah, rather than thinking.
I have my own last comment, and it will be about us going from workers to becoming freelancers or business, having our own business. That's a true career transition, perhaps the most challenging. But then what I have seen as well, it's again challenging when you want to return back to, let's say, from entrepreneurial to corporate life. It's, these two transitions I have been seeing for last years, and that's as well very interesting. And then you need, I think, to find that coach who has experienced these transitions, him or herself as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But there's more opportunity for all of us now to do many different things, to grow in different areas. I think it's a changing world now, and there's a lot more acceptance for multi-talented people who want to do, and there are organizations who are actually encouraging people to bring your whole self to work, which says, actually, if you have other aspects of your personality, we will give you a chance to work on that. So, if you want to work with charities, the same organization will give you a chance to work with those charities within that. So you don't have to step out and say, I want to do this volunteering. So there's organizations now who are becoming smart about it and saying, I want to welcome you, I want to keep you, and I want you to grow by doing whatever else you like to do as well. So just because I'm getting you in doesn't mean I'll shut out the rest of your personality. So not too many organizations, but yes, there are a few who are very encouraging of other aspects of your life. Well, thank you for this opportunity, Sana, Milo, and thanks for attending, everybody.
Thank you, Anu.
Lovely talking
to you. Thank you very much.
Bye. Thank you.
Have a great day.
That was really beneficial. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye.